it is Bible fairy tale time with the story of the 10 Commandments, Part 2. So, once upon a time, after Moses came down from Mount Sinai with the 2 stone tablets upon which the 10 Commandments were carved, he saw that the Israelites were worshipping idols other than God. But instead of just giving them the update that, hey, God no longer allows that, Moses got so angry that he smashed the stone tablets on the ground, destroying the 10 Commandments, which meant that Moses now had to ask God to give him the commandments again, as Moses couldn't remember what they were, because like most religious people when it comes to their holy texts, Moses hadn't actually read the 10 Commandments properly, but had just skimmed over them, cherry-picking the bits that he liked and completely ignoring the bits that he wasn't planning on doing anyway. Now, after God had given Moses the first 2 commandments again, which were much like the original, it seems that God started smoking some of the burning bush again, because his 3rd commandment was, celebrate the festival of the unleavened bread, do not eat bread with yeast in it for 7 days, because I guess God had started getting the munchies, had been binge-watching baking shows, but didn't want to eat anything that might affect his yeast allergy. Now, at this point, it is clear that God decided to just let loose and really show his crazy. With Commandment 4, the first offspring of every womb belongs to me. And 5, redeem your firstborn donkey for a lamb, but if you do not redeem it, break its neck. And redeem your firstborn son, do not come before me empty-handed. With God letting people know that, yes, cruelty to animals is absolutely fine, and that given his track record with children, you maybe shouldn't assume that your firstborn son is going to lead a long and healthy life. Now, Commandment 6 was, for 6 days shall you work, and on the 7th rest, so getting back to something a bit sensible here. Commandment 7, celebrate the festival of weeks with the first fruits of your wheat harvest, because, again, God's got the munchies. 8, 3 times a year shall all your men stand before the sovereign Lord, God of Israel. Okay, so starting to sound a bit like a North Korean dictator here. 9, do not offer the blood of any sacrifice to me with anything containing yeast. Because, again, while God is completely fine with unnecessarily killing animals, there really is no way he is going to risk that yeast allergy. And finally, 10, bring the best of the first fruits of your soil to the house of the Lord, because God still has the munchies. And do not cook a young goat in its mother's milk, because what the F? Leaving Moses with absolute proof that God really can perform miracles, because God managed to make the first original set of 10 commandments in which he condoned slavery and didn't even think rape or pedophilia warranted a mention, sound kind, gentle and sane when compared to the second new set of 10 commandments, which sound more like the instructions from a blood ritual themed cooking show than it does the holy laws by which you should morally live your life by. It's called creationism, where you throw science to the wind. Yes, creationism, where you let the crazy